name is Christian. Nice to meet you. For the past few months, I have been working with the BOC to bring this website system into our conferences. We have been working with Joe and the other communications directors to get here. Today, we're going to look at how to make one of these sites and how to manage them. This is the default template. I guess yours. Can you see my screen? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, you can see it.
This is the default template we have made for churches that want to have their own website and to manage it, add things to it, add pages, and have full control. So we have a simple website with a few sections. As you can see here, we have a header on top. We have some information on bottom. General information, plan a visit. It says some information about the church services, common questions, some image, relevant image, a map, address, and some contact information, contact form, and some more information about who we are and more pages. And we have a footer at the bottom. It is pretty standard. We have our menu here, header, with the rest of the pages. This is how it looks on the backend, on the backside where we can edit everything. This is how the page we are just looking looks when we're building one. It is made out of different blocks and containers. As you can see, we have, I can select different containers. Each container has a specific, something specific that it does. This platform, Adventist Cloud Web Engines, is at the top here, was made by Hope Channel Germany. And the BUC took it, and many other conferences around the world took it. Even the General Conference is taking it under its wings, and they're gonna continue developing it. At the moment, we are making the websites, and Hope Channel Europe is the one. They have a large development department that is made out of Adventists, work on these types of projects for the World Church, and they help us with our websites here. Let's begin. I'm going just in a second. I'll go to my development website. Just a second.
Can I ask a question,
Yes,
Christian?
of course.
Is that the correct pronunciation of your name, Christian?
Yes.
It is. Okay, perfect. I don't know about other attendees, but I've got significant experience with Net Adventist. I've set up three different websites with three different churches in the past. So I think what would be useful for me, and maybe others as well, is just how does this compare to Net Adventist? So it seems to be a system where you can log in through the website as you're showing now, and you can control what is then visible. But does it have users? So within Net Adventist, I mean, this is something I'm starting to make more use of. You can have users. Yeah, I don't want to fast track through your presentation, but maybe if you can draw out the differences to that would be useful for me as I'm listening as well.
Yes, unfortunately, I have not used Net Adventist. So
okay.
I joined when they wanted to change, and I have not used it. Hopefully, throughout the training, you can see the differences.
Sure. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
There are differences. Okay, first, let's start with on the side here is what we. This is how it when we log in. This is how it looks at first. We have a dashboard. We have categories, events, web, articles. We're going to go to web. This is where our website pages will be. Here I have 5 websites. You'll probably have only one for your church. I'll click on the BUC website for this one. And I'm going to create a page. To create a page, there is a button at the top, Add Page. It is simple. We click Add Page. We have this pop-up with title. I'm going to name it Training NEC. At the bottom, we have slug. This is part of the URL that identifies the page. So this is at the end of the URL, the link, what is going to be typed. So if you want something different, you can change it from here. But for most cases, don't change it. It is automatically generated and it's fine. And then we click create. When we click create, we can see our page at the bottom here. All these are already created pages, I forgot to mention. And at the bottom, we have our new page. Now we have some presets we can use to create, to start our page creation. What we usually use is either basic, empty, or page with 2 columns. The empty page is bare bones. The basic one is what we're going to use today, and the page with 2 columns is it is like basic but with 2 columns. I'm going to click on basic now. Click again, and this is how we start a new page. As you can see, we have already some elements added. Actually, I'm going to delete them so that we can start fresh. Usually with an empty page, we start like this. We have this page, big box, and this blue box that says drag blocks here to add blocks. On the side, we have add block or settings. Under add block, this is from where we're going to drag and add different components and blocks. And on the side, this is where the settings for each one of them will be. For this one, we have only advanced settings that we're not going to touch. The first block we're going to add is layout. From wrappers section. I'm going to drag it in the page, and we have our first block added. Sections is always the first block that we add. It is the most parent block we use usually. Inside these sections, we can add even more. As you can see, we have even more things to add. On the page level, the top level, we have only components, layouts, and wrappers, 3 types. Under section, we have navigation, components, layouts, wrappers, churches, and more. Usually what we do, in sections, we almost always add a container inside. So we have a section, a container, and then in the container, we start adding the different blocks. When we want to save our progress, here on the side, we have a save button. Something that I think the Net Adventist had before, and this doesn't, is, I'm not sure, but I think before it is published and made public, someone can review it. Unfortunately, we don't have this one here, for now at least. But I'm going to show you later how you can still work and people cannot see your progress in a way. We clicked save. If you want to see how it looks on the front at the moment, we'll have to click on view online, this button next to save. We'll click on that, and this is our page at the moment. It is empty because section and container are only container type blocks. They contain the content that we're going to see later. Yes, let's continue with the next stuff. In the container, there are 2 more containing type blocks, except the section, the container. In layout, we can see them, grid and box. I'm going to add grid in here. What grid does, if we click on it and click on settings, it adds columns. All of these other containers, the container types, blocks, don't have columns. There you just add content and it's added one after the other. The grid automatically here has 3 columns. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to add some boxes inside. Okay, so I add a box here. I have 3 boxes side by side, 3 columns. If I'll add another section underneath, if I add the 3 boxes in the container without the grid, it's going to be one after the other. So we have box, box, box. They're not like columns. And the last container type block is the box. What the box does, it gives us more options to style how it looks. But more on that later. Let's continue with the more basic information.
You'll think your microphone's gone, Christian. Yeah. I can't hear. I'm not sure if anyone else can hear.
Okay, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, can hear
Thank you
now.
very much. Yes. So what I'm going to do is add some titles. We have 3 options to add titles, either by header, under add block, simple text, or rich text. We can add all of these in a box, a grid, and a container. We cannot add that in a section. If I select the section on the site, I have only image to add. I cannot add most of the other blocks. So I'll go back to box, and I'm going to drag this header. I'm going to click on the header, and now I have only settings here. I'm going to write title 1. I'm going to click save on the top, view online, and we have our title. What other settings we have? We can change the title color. I'm going to change it to this brownish orange. I can add a subtitle. What is a subtitle? Subtitle. It is additional text that is added under the title. This is used to add additional information to what this title is. For example, let's say the title will be President. The subtitle will be President. It will be, for example, BUC. So it's easier for the viewer to understand that this page is not for the BUC president, for example. We can change the color of the subtitle as well, and we have a kicker. Kicker is some text above the main header. We can type 2025, for example. Let's see how it looks. So we have the kicker as well. This header title. We use it mainly at the top of the page. We don't use it on different parts of the page. We use it when you want to say what the page is all about, mainly. The next way to add a title, we'll click on Add Block. We have simple text. We can either drag it or click the plus button. This is for everything that can be dragged. I'm going to click plus. I'm going to click on it, and as you can see, it says paragraph at the moment. Let's add some text, title 2, for example. Underneath, you can see it says format. Here, I can choose 5 different text types. Heading 1, 2, or 3, or paragraph, or block quote. For now, I'm going to use heading 2, for example. I can align it. text size, I can change this text size. The font weight, I can change to bold, for example, and the color to this. And the width, more on that later. I'm going to click Save, View Online, and we have our second title. This module is we mainly use this one for when making text. So if I want this to not be a title, I can just say let it be a paragraph. So if I view it online, that now it's a paragraph with these settings: 3 extra large. If I click it, clear selection, it's going to be small. The third way to add a title is through rich text. This one, as you can see on the side, it doesn't have a lot of settings. The settings come when I click Edit. A pop-up comes, and this is more like a editor, for example. So I'm going to click say hello here. This is editor for style, and I'm going to type BUC, for example. So if I want to make any of these a title, I have to select it, and at the bottom we have these settings. The first setting is to change to heading 1, 2, 3, block quote, footnote, bullet list, or ordered list. So we have more options here. I'm going to click heading 1. As you can see, it became bigger. I can make this bold, italic, subscript, and more settings. I can add a link as well. When I click add link, I can select either
Christiana, you
We
gone
can't
again.
see his
Microphone is gone again.
Mike's gone.
Thank you very much. I'm very sorry. So yes. Okay. When I click on here, I can add a link at the bottom, and it can be either external link, email link, phone link, or file link. The file link, I choose a file from my computer, any of those, for example, and the link will be this file. They download this file. Unfortunately, it's not like the Net Adventist for now, when you can click and it will open a new tab with the file to look at. It directly downloads it for now. Have that in mind. And here it says all the format.
Sorry, can
Yes.
I interrupt? So on Net Adventist, on Net Adventist, you can actually upload files and they get stored on the web server.
Yes, it's the same.
So, oh, it is the same because
Yeah.
you kind of implied that it's downloading from your computer.
No,
So,
no.
okay.
What I meant is what I know from Net Adventist is if you click a file link,
Mhm.
you're going to have a new tab open to read the file, like a PDF, for example.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Here, unfortunately, it doesn't open a new tab. The user directly downloads the file to their computer.
Got it. Yeah.
Hopefully in the future we'll have that option. I think we have requested this feature. We'll see. Yes. Here are all the file types you can upload here. For example, PDF, Word document, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. We have audios, RAR files. The maximum size is 10 megabytes. Have that in mind. At the moment, I am transferring one of the websites to the BUC, and they have very large presentations. So what we're going to do is just upload them to some cloud storage and have the link as an external link so they can get the large file like this. Unfortunately, that's the way. Otherwise, the cloud is going to be cluttered. And the other options we have in this rich text block is if I click on a row that doesn't have any text, we have this blue button on the side. When I click it, I can change for this row if it's going to be a heading paragraph or the different types, and I can add an image or a video. Let's add an image. It's the same way. This time I have 16 megabytes maximum and only image format types. So I'm going to add,
Christian, sorry to butt in here like this,
yes.
but in that rich text format, I'm a user of NetAdventist as well, and I do a lot of code in HTML,
Mhm.
and includes CSS and JavaScript. Well, Net Adventist normally wipes out the extra code you put in, especially Java. But in this case, can you do HTML coding in this window? Can't hear you again, mate. You're still out.
Yes, in this window specifically, I am not sure if you can. I don't believe you can in the rich text. There is a module in components that is HTML embed. I am not sure if you can write HTML code here. Actually, you can. You can. Yes, I have done it. I have made a newsletter with HTML and CSS code. So yes,
Thank you.
you can do it through this component HTML embed, I believe. Yes. So this is the different types. You can add a title and even text. Maybe I should have done with the text first. You have this header, this paragraph or heading. When you change to heading, it changes here. This is the most used one. If you have links in your text, you use the rich text because the others, you cannot put links in them. As you can see, you can add an image here as well. Okay, let's continue. Adding buttons. Let's add a button. We'll click Add Block, and under Navigation, we have Button. I'm going to drag it under President, click on it, and we have our settings. We have our label. Click here. We can choose if it's either a link, a page that is on our website already. For example, click on Page, select Page, and I choose I want it to go to Ministries. Click Select. If I want to remove that, I click Clear. And the third one is File, and it works the same way. I click Select File, and I can upload up to 100 megabytes here. And all of these types. Let's make it a page and do it ministries just to show how it works. We can add an icon, and I encourage you to do it because without it, it does not look as good. I'm going to show you in a bit. I'll show you now actually. Actually, it does look good. I'm not sure why I said that. I have something else in mind I'll show you later. So this is a standard button. If we click an icon, let's say I'm going to use the download icon, save view online, and it puts it on the right. I can change it to be on the left. Save view online, and now it's on the left. I can choose that to be icon only, to be full width, or I can disable it. When I click disable, it grays out the button and you cannot click it, but it is still there. So it implies that maybe there will be some functionality in the future. We have the different types of variants. Different styles you can choose from. You can explore that on your own in the future. And the size of the button, extra large. Let's remove the settings. Makes it larger. So if I make it extra small, it's going to be very small. So this is for the buttons. It is very standard, and you'll probably use it to link to other pages. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to add images. We go to Box, Add Block,
Can't hear you. Can't hear you now.
Thank you. We have added an image. We dragged it from the basic add block under box over here. We can add an image to boxes, grid, container, and event section. As you can see, this is the only basic component we can add. Let's click on the image, and on the side we have file, select image. I'm going to select an image, for example, this image. I can click replace and put another image instead. I can copy this image, copy image. I'm going to add another image box here, and I can paste it. So for example, if you have an image on the website that you don't have downloaded and you wanted to use it in another page, you click copy and then paste in another place that accepts images. On the top of the image, I'm not sure if it's seen, there is a blue information icon. If I click it, I can download it from here to my computer. If I have deleted it from my computer and I want it back again, I can download it from here, and there is some information about the image, the size, and the dimensions format as well. Okay. Underneath here, we have alternative text. This is very important for two reasons to type this text. This text here is good to describe what the image is. In our example, I'm going to type trucks loading. What this duck does, if for some reason the image breaks and it's not showing on the website, this text is going to be shown and maybe help the user understand what should be there. The other very important reason is for Google search engine. So when Google searches for images, this is the text it looks for. So this is how Google understands what this image is for. So if you want Google to see your website and show it to people when they search for church nearby or something similar, it's important to write this text for alternative text. The caption is a caption. You have copyright text if the image is copyrighted. It's very important to upload images only that you have a license to them, or you have downloaded them from a license-free website. For example, let me give you some examples. I have some here. I'm going to paste them in the chat. Let me see, chat. So these are some websites that have free images. They have paid ones and they have free ones. So it is good to use from there. Also, or use your own. Be very careful because sometimes if you use something that is not ours, not yours, they can sue and make very big problems. If the image...
Question.
Yes?
What if you want to use some images that you have taken from a church function? Do you need any copyright on those?
Images taken from where?
From your church function. Say there was a baptism, you want to put something on your website about baptism here.
This specifically, I'm not very sure that is important for GDPR.
Right.
Yes, you have to look into GDPR specifically, because what I know is even when people consent to being taken before an event or something to have pictures of them, after a certain amount of time, we cannot use that image. It has a deadline, let's say. So you have to ask the communications department more on that. I'm not very sure about this.
No, I'm just looking for the method of how to upload them. You seem to be finding those images you're talking about somewhere on the web. So if I have them on my computer, how do I do that to put them on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be able. Yes. I think. Yeah. I'm not sure what your question is, but
My question is, I have taken images of a function. So recently we had
yeah.
a centenary celebration for our church. There are some images, and we want to put them on our website. So from what you've been showing us so far, is the images already stored somewhere?
No. I'm sorry.
Those are not your images, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand. These are my images. Let me show you.
Right.
I'm going to click replace, for example, select an image, and these images are from my computer. I'm going to show all files, make it.
Okay, thank you.
So yes, so this I can click on here now and open, and it's going to be this image. All of these images are taken from my from my computer.
Okay, thank you.
When you click on select, yes, no problem. When you click select image, you select images from your computer. It doesn't. Yeah, sorry for the miscommunication. Okay, let's continue. We have a transparent click. For example, this image has transparent background. I'm going to click Save and View Online, and you're going to see it has this gray on the outside. We don't want that. I'm going to click Transparent Check, Save, View Online, and it's going to remove it. So if you have transparent images, you have to click Transparent. And enable animation for animations. I have not tested this out yet. You can test it on your own in the future. And click to enlarge. This is if you want to click the image and see it to be bigger or as big as it is normally the file. If I click this, I cannot make a URL for this image. So it is very important. Usually it's not clicked. We have a URL at the bottom. I can type boc.com, for example. And if I click Save, View Online, this is going to link me to another page, this boc.com, whatever it is. This is for images. It is very important module because it is widely used. Not a lot of settings. Very simple. The next block that we're going to look at is adding a video. It is a bit similar, but not the same. Video is under Components. Player. I'm going to drag this player under this button. Click on it. And we don't have a lot of settings. We actually have two settings we have to change only. Provider and video ID. Under provider, we have YouTube, Jetstream, and Vimeo. What does this mean? This means you can upload videos only from show videos only. You can show only videos that are uploaded to these three platforms. You have uploaded a video to YouTube, Vimeo, or Jetstream. Once you have done that, let's say we have added to YouTube. I click YouTube. The next step is to add the video ID. Underneath, it is explained what it is. I'm going to read it. YouTube's identifier for the video. For example, this code here is the ID in the link, in this link. Let's see. I'm going to find a video. Sermon. Let's see. I'm going to go to this. Let me mute myself. Actually, I'm not going to mute it. Okay. So I have this video. I have the link on top. But this is not going to work because this video is a part of a playlist. You need to open the video on its own. I think this is the correct link. Yes. This is how the link should look like. I'm going to paste the link here so that we can see it better. Make it heading 1. So this is the link. Standard YouTube link of a video. We have youtube.com up to here. Watch. And what we need to copy is everything after the sign equal. So from N, this is the code we need. We copy this code. I'm going to copy it. And when I go back to the player and paste it here, it's going to load the video. This is how you add the video. You select the provider and then copy the code. It is written underneath. It should be fairly easy. Let's click Save and View Online. We have our video here. Okay.
Can I just,
Yes.
what determines whether you get adverts or not?
Sorry?
Or don't you? What determines, do you get adverts? Because YouTube, a lot of YouTube videos, you get adverts before them, and I'm just wondering what determines whether you get adverts or not.
I am not sure if we get adverts. So far I have not seen an advert on any of the videos. I would say probably not when it's embedded on our website like this.
Thank you.
Can I just offer a suggestion there?
Yep.
I used to use Firefox with various plugins to strip videos from off YouTube. Now I know that is not legal, but it was one way of doing it, but the plugins are broken. So what I am doing now is using OBS to screen record the video, and then I edit the adverts out and drop that into my presentations. That's just one suggestion.
You cannot. So how this works is you just it is made to link to the YouTube video. You don't need to download it to your computer and then upload it to the website. The functionality to upload to the website is not there. It's using only other cloud videos from YouTube and the rest of the services providers, Vimeo or Jetstream. That way we don't put large files on our clouds and make it more heavy. Okay, let's continue because we have more stuff to do. I have more things to show you. Images, videos. These were all the basic blocks that we need to know. How to add a title, some text, images, and videos, and how to put them inside different boxes. Now, something very important, now that we have added a few things, is what are these boxes and containers? Why do we need them? Now, the section has these settings here. It has background color. I'm going to change, let's say, the background color. Save, view online. We have changed the background color of the section. The section is from one side to the other side. It takes the whole left to right side of the screen. We can add a background image for the section as well. And we have some spacing. The spacing is the distance between all of the blocks that are inside this section. For example, the only block that is inside is the container. The rest of the stuff are inside the container. So if I, yeah, this is not that important. I'm going to skip it because we don't have that much time. The container has more settings. It has vertical alignment. So vertically, how is it aligned on the all the content inside on the page? How is it horizontally aligned? The spacing between each of the, I can show you here how this works. So for example, I'm going to put this, give this box some, no, actually I cannot show you because we have only grid inside the container. So the spacing is not going to work as well. Something very important, when you make a new container, what you in most cases should do to make the website look the same is here in padding to make these settings. Set the padding, but this is a very good way now to show you the next point that you should know is on the top here their devices, how it would look in the different devices. This is very important. This shows the responsiveness of the website. We have a mobile version, a phablet version, tablet, laptop, and desktop. So you can change it for each one of them. And when you have selected tablet here, the settings you change are for tablet. You can change these settings from here as well. Some of the settings have this icon on the side that when you click it brings the same icons as well. Let me go to grid for this one. Click on here, and when we click on desktop here, you'll see that it says that it's 3 columns from tablet. What does this mean? This means that the setting is taken from the tablet. So we have set 3 columns here, and for laptop and desktop we haven't set any settings, and they automatically take the settings from the lower device, the smaller device settings. Does this make sense? This is very important. So if I remove this clear selection, everything is going to show 1 column from mobile, because the only setting that has been set is from mobile for 1 column. So 1 column from mobile on the desktop. But if I click on tablet again and click 3 columns, on desktop is going to be 3 columns. So it takes it from left to right. If I have not set any settings on the laptop and desktop, is going to take it from the next setting on the left that has been selected. It will be easier once you get your website and have a feel and try different things.
Can I interrupt there, Christian? Just
Yes.
briefly. I was kind of curious about this as well. So when you first started putting this page together, you put 3 columns together, and you were only doing it for presumably the desktop. Is that right? But then when you show
it was set by default like this. Yes.
Okay, yeah, by default, correct.
Yeah.
But then as you switched the view to tablet to mobile, it compressed it. It didn't try to show the 3 columns. So presumably something is automatically doing that for you by default again, right? So maybe you don't even need to worry about this as you're putting the pages together.
In most cases, yes. So the grid, by default, the settings it has is for mobile. It has set 1 column.
Right.
Yeah. For phablet, it doesn't have a setting, so it takes the setting on the left, that is 1 column. The other default setting is 3 columns on the tablet. So, right. And the rest that don't have the setting have that one.
Got it.
Let me show you how. So for now, we have 3 columns here. If I click to have 2 columns from the tablet, click Save and View Online. The third one is going to be moved down and going to be only 2. Yeah. Now, for example, I want here to be 2 columns, and I want from laptop and up to be 4 columns, for example. I'm going to click Save, View Online, and now we have 1, 2, 3, and 2, and here we have a missing one. But for desktop, I want it to be 7 columns. So I click Save, View Online, and I have even more columns. But if I'm going to make this to look like a tablet, iPad, for iPad, I have 4 columns here, actually. It should be 3, but iPad is more specific, maybe Air. Okay, this model of the iPad has 2 columns only. Yeah, this is basically how it works. The columns, let me go to desktop. Okay, the columns are equal, so you have 3 equal columns. Now, if we want to make it to have 2 columns but to not be equal, we don't use the grid, we use something else. I'm going to add from wrappers a section, a new one on the bottom. In it, I'm going to put a container. And inside this container, I'm going to add from layout 2 boxes. So I'm not going to add a grid this time. I'm going to add 2 boxes. As you can see, they're one on top of the other. They are not like columns. How do I change this? I click on container, settings, and vertical alignment. I am sorry, I made a mistake. We have a box inside the container. We'll have a box, and let me delete this. And inside this box, we're going to put 2 more boxes, like this. So we have a container, box, and in this box we have 2 more boxes. Now, on the parent box, we're going to go to settings, and we have direction. At the moment it's taking vertical from mobile. What I'm going to do is go to tablet and change it from tablet and the rest on the right to be horizontal. And yet, as you can see, the 2 boxes became like columns. I can come to the box 1 now and set the width to be from tablet again to be 2/3. As you can see, something changed a bit. The second one, I'm going to change it to 1/3, so the rest of the space. And now we have 2 columns that have different sizes. And inside these boxes, we can add different things. For example, I'm going to move this rich text here. And inside, on the side, I'm going to add this information here. I'm going to click Save, View Online. Let's remove this. And we have this box is larger than this one now. I believe I can make it even smaller, this one. I can make it up to 1/6. And now that it is smaller, like this, as you can see, it does not take all of the space in the parent box. What I can do is I go to the parent box, and what I will do is go to horizontal alignment and select, for example, between. And as you can see, it moved the box to have space in between. I can do center, it will move both of them in the center, and you have different positioning settings. Let's see something important. We don't have a lot of time. What I'm going to show you now is different blocks and templates. Structure page, no. No, this is under training. BBC News. Give me a second. Demo. I need my demo website. Okay, training demos. Training demos. Different blocks. Okay. Here I have some examples. This is different button styles you can have from the button settings. You have this is a disabled icon only. This is different colors and more rounded or not.
Your microphone is gone.
Mic's gone.
Okay, thank you very much. And yes, this is the button types. On the bottom, we have cards. This is very useful. We use it a lot. It is an image with a title, some description, and a button to link somewhere. I'm going to go directly to the card here. So this card is inside a box, inside a grid, inside another box, and so on. The card has 2 variants, default or image in background. The first I'm going to show you is the default, is this one. We have the image uploaded, we have the title. We can add a kicker as well, like before, subtitle as well, subtitle as well. Description, call to action. This is the text you need. This is the button text for when it links. If you remove it, you just leave it without any button, which is sometimes it's okay. You want informative cards only, not to link anywhere. And from here, it can be a link URL, page, or a file, the same as before. And here I put my link. Text color, this text color is, yeah, this is, you can change the text color as well. Unfortunately, we don't have a wide variety of colors for this one. Let me get for this heading. This is the normal colors we have for the moment. We have the cyan ones, orange, gray, green, and the rest. We use this blue for the BUC and for the SEC for the moment, NEC as well. The team in Germany said they will bring us more colors in the future. So this is the card. It looks like this. It is very useful, very informative. It looks very nice. It is good to use it in a box. Yes. This is resources. This is very useful as well if you want to have a page that has resources for your church members or another reason. Resources over here is called the block is called link list. Let's add a new one. Under add block, under navigation, we have link list. I'm going to drag it under here. I'm going to make a new section for it specifically. Wrapper section at the bottom. New container. And inside the container, I'm going to add the link list. Click on the link list here at the bottom. And these are our settings. We have simple, resource, and descriptive. I'm going to look at simple for now. Item vertical or horizontal. The title is resources. Although it's better to not use the title here and use a separate one. Let's say I come here, I copy from here this header. I have not shown you this, I'm sorry. On the three dots here, setting dots, I click copy header, and I can paste it in any container that can contain this block type. So in this container, I'm going to click paste. It's going to be at the bottom. I'm going to move it on top. And here we click back to link list, and we have link. We have list type. We have list or grid. If you want to have more columns, like this one here, you want it to be grid. If you have only one column like this, list is fine. So I'm going to click grid. I'm going to say I want 2 columns. I need to set a gap between each of the resources, let's say 12 pixels. And at the bottom, this is very important. Link items, this is how I add my resources. Add item. It can be either a link or a file download. I'm going to resource source 1, for example. Icon I can add and the URL. Click add. Or I can add a file. File download, icon, and usually I use the download icon and I select the file from here. I select the file from my computer, let's say this file, this image, and I click add. I can download the file back as well from here if I want, so I can come back here, edit, and download it if I need in the future. I'm going to click save and view online now. And at the bottom, we have our 2 resources side by side as columns. We can change the colors as well. Where was it? We have color and background color. The color, this is the text color. And the background color is the background color of each button for each resource, like this. Okay, we need to wrap up. So there is a lot more you can explore once you start doing your job, your website. But this is it, how it works basically. We have different blocks, containers, grids, and in each of them we have all of these things we can add. You can explore them on your own. In the future, once you get your template, your website template, some things will be already on it. It will look like it looked on the first website I showed you. So you can see how that was made with the settings it has. I'm going to share with you a link as well. That this link has some videos, training videos with different things that we talked about and more, if you need in the future. In the next module, if you decide to stay, we're going to look at more practical things. So it is a lot of information. I hope I helped you understand to some degree how the platform works. For you can request after the training on this email access to the new system. I send you it. You can copy it now, and in the next 12 to 18 months, it will be the Net Adventist websites will be transitioned to this platform. So in the next year and a half, it will be transitioned. Thank you very much. We need to go back to the main room.
Christian, sorry, can you just send the links in the chat again? You sent them to me directly rather than into the.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's see, everyone.
Thank you.
This message here is the email you need to request access to the new system, and the training is this link, the last link, BOC Adventist UK training. There we have around 10.
I think it's the same group, Christian. We're all back for round
Yeah,
two.
it looks like it. Okay. I will, if there is something I missed from the previous session, I'll add it here. Let's see first.
I stepped away just during the break. I think Joe Philpott was explaining a few things, but I'm not sure if the question was asked about any automation for like a migration from Net Adventist. But I mean, I've spoken to Paula. I know her quite well. I've spoken to her in the past about, and she was telling me about this new environment coming up. But is there any support for migration from Net Adventist to
it's nothing
cloud?
automatic. So
There's nothing.
No.
Okay.
You get your template, and then you have to copy the information. When I joined in October, September, I don't know, not sure. The job that I mostly did was copy information from one side to the other, and then make it look nice. And yeah, but it was a lot. The most of the work was copying, copy.
You wrote some scripts to do that though, right? Some Python scripts or something? Or
No, unfortunately, no.
Nothing at all. Okay.
No. But that was a lot of information for the different departments in all of the conferences. So for a local church, it shouldn't be that much information.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but you get paid to do it though, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Okay, I'm going to.
So hold on there, Christian. So in my case, where I'm I would say sort of active with our church website. Does that mean that you will be moving the stuff from Net Adventist over to the new site?
No, each church representative, I guess in that case EU or the team or someone from the church is the one that's going to do that. So the purpose of this training is to show you to teach you in a way somewhat somewhat how it works so that you can do it yourself. Of course, the communications department in the NEC will help you transition in the future if you have any problems, but to have a grasp